Hold on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Matt, and I'm joined by a YouTuber named Lee Barrett and Xiao from iChongqing in Chongqing. We are coming to you specifically to talk about the flooding. If you guys have not heard about this, if you're not in China, and you're focused on things like the DNC in the United States and all sorts of crazy political stuff, you might not have heard it, but the massive amount of water has passed by Chongqing. And when I say passed by, I do mean passed by. And so I wanted to bring everybody together so that we could give you some updates on what exactly is going on. And Xiao, you are in Chongqing right now. Can you tell us what is the condition in Chongqing right now?
Hi, hello, everybody.
So, hi, Xiao.
Yeah. Now I'm in the office, but there's plenty to update because previous two live streams, my colleague Sasha was on the spot to bring the latest report. I think you guys already saw like the flood in the downtown area. So good news today is like from yesterday, the flood already started to like subside like that. Yeah. So for 30 hours until now, for 30 and some hours, like the flood already subsides, and well, it will continue. And in many areas, like the water level is already like over 4 meters lower. Well, the process will take longer time. I mean, slower. It's not like overnight it just disappears. It's not like that, because this time's flood is really, like it's not very often seen. Like even in the throughout history, in decades like that. This time is more longer time. It's a huge amount of water, and it's last longer time, and also some estimates say that it will take twice the time it was flooding. So it's flooding for 3 days, like 2 or 3 days like that, and it would take maybe twice the time for the water to go down to the before level.
Just to give some context, this is like the most flooding Chongqing has ever seen, or seen in how many years?
Well, that is not, I don't have that specific number, like how many years, but it's really rare to see throughout in decades like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the highest level the water's ever been recorded at, I think.
Well, maybe just like it's in some news I read, maybe it's not exceeded the highest level yet. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah. Because that is like you need to take into consideration for the decades records, right? So yeah, you have to, for more specific information, I need to check more on that, like the what's the highest one. But still, it's big enough, and we will say a lot of things happen in recent days. Yeah.
And what are the authorities saying? What's the kind of forecast for the next 2 to 3 days? Are they thinking the water will continue to recede, or do they think there's some more heavy water coming down the river? What's the outlook?
Well, now it's like we're expected it will exceed, right? Like subside, like that. Yeah. And Sasha, my colleague Sasha, is now is heading to the latest news conference about the flood relief thing after this flood. There are more updates will come after like after half an hour. I think I will update more on that. Yeah, but hopefully yes, it will subside.
I'm looking at the weather map here, and I can see that most of the big rain that was kind of headed around towards, it was in Wuhan yesterday, has kind of subsided and dissipated. But also I see some more water coming up from the Indian Ocean crossing India. For those of you that don't know, the Yangtze, which is the river that we're talking about here, the one where all the flooding is happening, is a rain-fed river, and a lot of that rain and water actually comes originally from the Indian Ocean. And so you can see down there below Bangladesh, I'm losing one little piece there, but you can see that a lot of that moisture does come up from that section and then kind of fill the Yangtze River. But yeah, I'm losing that feed there, so I'll just pull that. There we go. But yeah, it seems pretty clear, especially considering what we were looking at a few days ago. It looked quite chaotic, so it looks good. Looks good, like you guys are going to get some reprieve from any added water into the Yangtze. So can you tell us, you guys have been doing some recovery efforts in the city. You showed us a bunch of pictures. I cycled through a few. Can you describe you know what? Hold on. Before I ask that question, I didn't introduce everybody quite yet. So we are streaming right now with the iChongqing Facebook and YouTube page. We're streaming live on Lee Barrett's Barrett channel. On YouTube, we're streaming live on YouTube's Jayo's YouTube, as well as Alex Absolute's YouTube. So hello everybody. If you're watching from any of those channels, we have a comment section that feeds into all of our chats so that we can kind of see who's talking. If you have any questions about the flooding, we are going to talk about flooding potential downstream. We're going to talk about the history of the flooding in China, and Xiao is going to give us some information on the ground in Chongqing right now as far as the recovery efforts go. So that's the goal of this live stream, and so stick around and hit the like button if you'd like, and show some support for all of us, because this is a very interesting subject and very unprecedented flooding that was happening in Chongqing the last couple of days. So okay, go ahead.
I'd just like to say, we get a lot of comments on our videos on our channel that people seem to think that the Chinese authorities are trying to hide the news about the flooding. And as you can see from the live streams on Match Channel the last few days, that is absolutely just completely nonsense. There's been so much coverage all over Chinese media about these floods, and there's been loads of kind of independent journalists out and about live streaming. We've done live streams with iChongqing. That nothing's been hidden at all as far as I can see. We're getting tons of information, aren't we, Matt?
Yes, we are. And it seems unbiased information. And there's a lot of data out there. There's data coming from the dam. There's data coming from the rivers. That if you are downstream at this point in time, you know exactly what's coming your way, and you're pretty sure about how bad it might be. And Xiao, as a matter of fact, you can actually share with us the reality of how you were warned, right? The system in the city let you know that the flooding was coming, and also let you know when things would open up again, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, that's the same. Really, I think also to myself is amazing. This is, at my age, this is the largest flood I saw. This is the largest flood I have seen since I was born, but still the things happen are pretty amazing. The thing is, this flood is not coming overnight and everybody just know it. It's not like that. It's for a long time ago, the government departments, and also people already got notice know that it will come. This is from the people level, right? Like us. This is already the number 5 flood of Yangtze River, and the number 2 flood of the Jialing River of this year. So that means before this time, there are already a couple of floods past this city. This is a flooding season. Let's say it's a flooding season.
Sure.
Yeah. And for that case, for that thing, every year the Chongqing people grow by the side, right? We know this river by us, or sometimes flooding seasons, like summertime, the water level rise is natural. Yeah, we get used to that. Well, this time it will rise up higher. There is a kind of we activate the government activate the level 1 emergency response to flood control. So we know it's this case is more severe, and even I would say prediction, because there always need to know when it come, right? When this thing will come. For us normal people, we don't know, but these water stations, water conservancy stations, bureaus, they keep the record on that. They always keep an eye on it and updated about the cities along the rivers about the flood thing. So before this flood come, the number 5 flood of the Yangtze River and the number 2 of Jiangning River comes, we already know, and even the people along cities already got evacuated. So that's also lead to this time. This is good news that now is 0 casualty after this flood.
0 casualty. I
Yes.
think in yesterday's episode, Sasha said that there was maybe 1 or 2 casualties, but the confirmation now is that there were 0 casualties in Chongqing.
Yeah, and that's kind of amazing for such a big flood. You know, that was a huge amount of water hitting Chongqing, and it just shows you really how well prepared they were as a city. You know, and as Zhao said, it's because this is not something, although it's unusually big this year, you know, they get flooding almost every, you know, from time to time. It's not something that's so unusual. So they are prepared, you know, they know this is coming, which is amazing. And it's just amazing that nobody's been, you know, no casualties. I think that's fantastic.
Let's look at some comments here. JK, who I cleared on my YouTube channel. Thank you, you're back. Says that Wuhan is still clear. Weather is great out there. I just had a meeting with a colleague in Wuhan, and they don't think it will flood there. And I have some comments about that downstream. And Xiao, I think you have some information about that as well. But real quick, we have a super chat from Arthur, who's a good friend of all of our channels. And he has a question. He says, has flooding caused any power outages in the city? Have you lost power anywhere?
You mean like the stop something like that?
Like any
blackouts like that?
Yeah, blackouts,
yeah, like
electricity blackouts.
Well, according to the news I read, I think possibly yes. Like in some area, they got notice beforehand in case, but I don't know whether that happened or not, because they say if the water goes something, so just they inform the residents beforehand. If they go, if there is kind of possibility the water will go to some, went over some level, and if went over, will be some blackout. So they inform them beforehand, suggest them to prepare, and also it's better if they have other place to stay, just to avoid that during that certain time. So I read this kind of notice. Yeah.
But personally, you've not experienced any blackout?
Yeah, actually, no. But I live like, you know, like the Yangtze River side is more like downtown and old city area, like that is this. And I live like because Chongqing is also huge, the downtown area, right? Quite further from the Yangtze River. From my side, really, I just don't experience anything. No, just there's no nothing.
I'm sure, you know, anytime the water is going to go over a transformer or a large electrical component grid network, then I think they probably have to shut it down. But I also know that Chongqing, if you look at the pictures here, it's extremely hilly. I mean, you're looking at areas where downstream you're looking at stuff like this that is extremely vertical, and then obviously the city of Chongqing is hilly. So I'm sure urban planners put the transformers and stuff up as much as possible. But of course, downriver and river, you'd have different situations.
Yeah, you might have some smaller substations at street level, but a lot of the bigger infrastructure will probably be higher up, I would have thought.
Yeah. So tell us, what has been going on? You shared a bunch of pictures, Xiao, and I'd like to play some of these rescuing pictures, and you can show and talk about them if you like. There was it
looks like we've lost Matt, Xiao.
Yeah, like that.
So
I
think it's kind of amazing that when we were seeing the floods yesterday, people were kind of excited, and that just shows you the reason that because everybody knew what to expect, so nobody was worried or scared because they knew what to expect before it even hit Chongqing. And I think that's kind of something that surprised me, really.
Yeah. I think in the previous 2 live streams, when Sasha on the spot, they showed some people, you know, like around the area, right?
Yeah.
I for sure you don't feel like the panic, but optimism and people.
Absolutely,
you know, like spirit. It's not like they are suffering from some floods.
It was like a pride thing, almost like an exciting pride. In a lot of ways.
It has, to me, it's like from my observation, it's like I think it's to do with because people get informed. before,
Yeah.
right? Know this will come. They have mental preparation. And also, when the thing comes, when disaster comes, and if they destroy things and hurt people, well, that was sad thing. That is very sad thing. But before this flood came, and even like 30 hours before, they already sent out the warning, and the evacuation already started. And when it occurred, so people in the lower ground is already empty. The people already relocated in safer place. They get packed and then go, and then they just leave people wait for the moment to come. Like the flood prepared. No people in the dangerous place, so people just start waiting. When it comes and the flow well, it rise up, and well, it's more like this thing is not seen very often. I think in decades. So they don't have safety concerns, no problem. They are safe, and so some of them will visit these places to check how big the flood is. They will come see. Yeah, but still, it has a lot to do with the safety measures already taken. Yeah, just keep people already safe in that precondition.
Well, I mean, we have a message here from Kevin saying upstream in Ya'an, landslide brought down 3 houses and 9 people. I think that is it's sort of to be expected when you have this much water climbing up the banks of the river and just that saturated land, causing landslides. I don't know much more information than that, but I'm going to be showing some comments as we go through. I have Kevin Law says there's a level 1 emergency response for the first time in Sichuan. So these comments are unverified. These are just comments I'm showing here. So yeah, go ahead.
I think Chongqing went to a level 1 as well, and you don't. It's not very often you go to a level 1. Is that right, Xiao?
Sorry, Bert, just interrupt. Well, like because the live stream just go back to on iChongqing YouTube channel. So just like a hello to our audience.
No problem. Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead. You introduce everybody, Xiao. Say something to iChongqing.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching us, and I have so many of you already keep an eye on our channel for the past few days on the flood thing, and appreciate your attention. And now we are also still streaming with Matt, Gyro Nation and Lee Barrett. Both of them used to visit Chongqing, and they also like the city, and also like when the flood came, and they are keep an eye on what's going on and want to tell the real situation with us together to the outside world.
Absolutely. Okay. So what I asked you, Zhao, is this flood this year, these last few days, Chongqing raised the level to emergency level 1, right? And that's not done very often. Is that right?
No, yeah, it's right. It's not very often. It is.
So it just shows you how much water was coming towards you this year, Okay.
This question has been asked a couple of times. What have you guys heard about food or crop-related issues caused by the flooding? Also in July, there's been a lot of people talking about not enough food supply. The floods in July has had a bad effect on the areas around Wuhan. And have you heard any more news about that? Do you have any updates on that?
Well, to this question, actually, to myself, this issues like crisis something, maybe that's what he mean. I did not read yet. Yeah, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would imagine that they will already have people looking at this and seeing what's problems, and they will be just increasing their. Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Aha, so seems like mine is fine, right? Like gyronation and barely kind of lost, or I lost, whatever. Yeah, like yeah. While we're waiting for them to back, we'll check. We will show you like now. I'm just live stream from iChongqing office. And here we got like some. Sorry, I will just like check here. Yeah, I'm live stream from iChongqing office. Here we're doing Chongqing International Media Center, right? Like here, and Matt is back. Not yet. Okay. So well, that's like they are still not back. I will keep like this tell you more information about what's going on like back in Chongqing is area. My colleague now, Sasha, now she is heading for the conference. News press release that they are talking that will give more information about the after flood relief work and reconstruction theme of the people like whose business and the people whose residential area was got affected. We'll get more information on that after, I mean, like 20 minutes. I think she will update that on time, and I will forward to you this information. And this time, Chongqing already, you know, like and the flood already started to subside. So the main topic now, I think, it's more about after flood relief thing.
Hi, Chow. It's Alex.
Yes.
It's Alex here from Reportify Media. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I'm just calling from a mobile.
Yeah,
currently,
Alex.
Currently, right now, some connections are. We're going to work out some connections with Matt and Lee Barrett right now. I appreciate you leading the show right now, and welcome aboard, and welcome to your audience as well. I'm just saying hello to the audience and saying thank you very much for joining us here. We're doing some coverage here in the Chongqing area and trying to give the viewers, our viewers, and your viewers an understanding on what was really happening, because we're seeing lots of things in the media, lots of pretty sensational photos. And yeah, John, I'm calling from a mobile, so can't really get on the stream itself. We're just going to bring in Lee Barrett and Matt from Gyro Nations, who are leading this program. And hi to every audience out there. If possible, well, the viewers are watching right now. If anyone knows anyone in the Wuhan area, if they are wanting to come onto the stream, or possibly with a mobile somewhere interesting in Wuhan, and they want to come onto the stream, we can provide a link to them, and maybe they can show us some stuff that's happening on location. I'm just going to continue to stay on here until Matt and Lee come back on the show. It looks like we are struggling with some connections. And thank you for all the get well support things from everybody. I greatly appreciate that, and it's very kind of you. Matt, what you might want to do is maybe just refresh the studio from the background where you are, and it might work. We can't hear you at the moment, so here's a question in Chow. How much has the water level receded? Do you have an answer for that, if possible? Okay, guys, I think we're having a little bit of a studio hiccup here. I think I've lost Chow as well, so Chow is locked up there. I think I got Lee Barrett back. Are you back, Lee?
Yeah, I'm here. That's no problem. So
looks like we had a little bit of a technical issue. I'm just kind of manning the sensors from a mobile here until we get this studio up to full speed here. As you guys know, there's some, interesting things going on here.
Okay, Zhao's back.
We thought it would be very important to, bring, some people on the street, right, Lee? It's best to get some people down on the street that are talking about it. We're not relying on some, video clips. We're on the street here, and I'm going to hand back the show to the guys that started it. Gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come in. I'm going to remove myself and
all right,
back
Alex.
to you, Matt. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, cheers.
I think we're back.
I think that must have been a StreamYard issue, man, because it was all of us,
That was a level 1. That was StreamYard just went level 1. Did we deal with it as good as Chongqing? I don't think so.
No. Something kind of strange going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. Okay, I was going to show a clip. I wanted to show this clip. So let's take a look at this clip and try and get back on. I'm going to let's see here.
Matt, just a moment. Matt,
yes.
I saw there is a question just passed. Like he said, how many net meters the water already resides, right? Like that. It's until the noon, like morning or noon time, it's like over 4 meters subside already.
Yeah.
So it will continue. It's just that it take longer time to subside this time because it's the flood is take 2 days to rise the water, and then it possibly will take longer time to subside.
If this is the first time watching this, I'm going to cover your face up, Lee. It's no fault of my own. It's just the placement of the picture. But Lee actually gave him this picture. So this is his friend's house view, and you can see. I think. Can you see that picture I posted? There we go.
So just for context, he's about 40 meters above the river in his apartment. So it just shows you how steep the banks are. He's 40 meters up. Yeah.
And then the flooding came, and I have an after picture that you shared. So now the water is here. Okay. And that's actually down from earlier. I accidentally deleted the down from the highest picture that you sent me, Lee. But that gives you an idea of the water was actually touching the road, and now it's much farther down from that. Yeah. So, but it still has a long way to go.
He's
so that you can see that picture.
My friend's suggesting it's probably even now. So what time are we? 3:30. It's about a meter lower than it was at about 8 o'clock this morning. So it's slowly sort of running out of the city of Chongqing now. And I guess over the next sort of 24 hours, it will recede quite a lot as all that water continues down the river, And this is something quite interesting.
Yeah. I knew that was a good lead in for you. Lee.
Yeah, there's something interesting here in that we had a comment just that there's not much effect in Wuhan. So this is where the dam, they can actually sort of control things a bit better, because if that dam wasn't there now, there'd still be huge amounts of water coming down, washing into Chongqing, and then that'd sort of cascade down the rest of the river. And I just want you to sort of get an idea of the scale of this. So I think it was yesterday they said they were pushing 50,000 cubic meters a second through the dam. And to get a perspective on this, an Olympic-sized swimming pool is 2,500 cubic meters of water. So coming through that dam yesterday was equivalent to 20 Olympic swimming pools of water per second. And that is just a absolutely humongous amount per second.
Wow. How many Olympic sized pools did you say?
20.
Wait, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 120. I mean, Olympic sized pools.
Yes.
Every second.
That
is amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and I believe a couple of days before they were pushing through 70,000 cubic meters a second. That would be 30 Olympic swimming pools full of water. That is just an incredible amount of water. But it although, people are saying, yeah, Chongqing's got flooded and the dam was supposed to stop all this flooding. It's obviously give them a massive amount of control over the situation, because they're now talking that areas downstream to Chongqing may not be as severely affected as they would have been had the dam not been there.
Yeah.
And I think you've got some statistics on previous floods, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I have some data. Shao, do you have something to say?
Yeah, because Barrett is talking about, right, this situation, and still now it's like very under control, and the lower reach, let's say Wuhan or Hubei, this area is not got affected, right, by the huge flood that yet. Not that. Well, I will explain some situation like what's happening here in Chongqing and even like in upper reach of Yangtze River. What these organizations they did to prevent, to help, relieve the pressure of the flood, because it's not like this flood came in Chongqing and it just came. It's before it formed, the flood formed in Chongqing. Before that, the upper reach also already done a lot of efforts. Well, it's like this, because this year this is like number 5 flood of Yangtze River, and the number 2 of the Jialing River. These two rivers, that's because the dual effect. If they join together, that is like why it make it so, this huge thing. So the upper reach and also with Chongqing's these kind of water stations bureaus, they try to collaborate with each other with the water stations all along the Yangtze River, like upper reach or middle, like this. They want to they share the flood pressure each other. They want to reduce, for example, number 5 arrived, and they want to like just immediately join with the number 2 because that is devastating. So they did something beforehand to keep the flood from the dual effect together. So they release. So the efforts already going out even after the number 4 flood of Yangtze River pass, and they already started to prepare for the number 5. Even at that time, they did not know exactly how big it is, but they already started to work to prevent it.
I mean, if you look at this map, you can see that you have the main river here. This is the Yangtze River. In the last episode yesterday, somebody was asking me where the Yangtze starts and where it ends. Here you can see. But you can also see all the tributaries and all of the rivers that come off of and feed to the Yangtze River. And what ends up happening here is you have a system of dams that is all along, and they all work together. The Three Gorges Dam, although it's enormous, it is not the only point that flooding can occur. Right, Xiao? That's what you were talking about. There's a lot of places where water comes into the river in different places, and by controlling the dam system, it's not just one dam. It's
not one dam.
Dams, So referring only to the Three Gorges Dam sometimes is disingenuous, because there's many systems upon systems upon systems that control the flooding. And Xiao, I asked you yesterday because I was concerned. I said the water is so high, right? You at one point in time you said like 180 plus meters, and I know that the Three Gorges Dam is 180 meters tall. So I was thinking that the water is going to come into the dam and it's going to go over the dam and chaos. But can you tell us the situation at the Three Gorges Dam so that we can kind of get an idea of the perspective here?
Well, also, I will share my just like limited knowledge on that. Maybe not that professional, because that huge project, it's like involve too many expertise, But from what my knowledge just sometimes by interview, they describe it in a very simple way is, well, that your concern is like when the flood in Chongqing downtown, well, it raised like 190, like that levels,
yeah,
right?
190.
Why when it goes to Three Gorges Dam is at 165 usually, and then 175 at most, let's say 180 maybe, like that. Why it's not overflow like that? Well, the thing is, it's not like parallelly water is not parallelly carried there. The ground level, there's riverbed, there's slopes, and all the way from Chongqing, like it's the riverbed is ordinary if it's not flooding, it's around 100 and some 10 meters. If it's not flooding, the length. And in the Three Gorges Dam, it can be even deeper, that place, even deeper. This is not like a water. It's not like from the horizontal level. You compare the water volume by its distance from water level surface to the riverbed, right?
Yeah.
So if we do that, it can be in Three Gorges, that before this flood came, they already got notice, so they discharged the plenty of water already out. So they keep the space, like 80% of its flood defense capacity empty there to waiting for the flood. And when
Can I repeat what you said, because you're a little bit choppy?
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Yeah, no
Can
problem.
I say it again? So what Xiao was explaining was that the point where they check the water level, and they check the water, and they said that it's 190 meters, and that's the flow rate going through this checkpoint. That area was more narrow and maybe deeper. And then as the water flows through the different gorges, you have different heights and you have different widths of the river. So by the time it gets to the Three Gorges Dam, now the Three Gorges Dam is 2.3 kilometers wide, but a lot of those gorges where the water's flowing through is only 500 meters wide. So you can see that as if you cram a volume of water into a narrower space, it's going to get higher. And if you broaden that space, it's going to get lower. And I think that's one of the reasons why you have this sort of a map right here at the Three Gorges Dam. You can see as it comes into the dam, it opens up very, very wide. And that reservoir is designed to catch a huge volume of water and manage it so that it can release it downstream in a organized way. Xiao, was that a good what you said?
More or less. Yeah, my key point is just it's not flat there, like at the bottom. They're always slope. When you go all the way long, it can be deeper. Like the water volume will not always keep that height in downtown Chongqing. When you go to Gorges, it's wider, like you said. It's very possible like it will lower the river level. Yeah.
So just to throw a little statistic in here, as the water comes into that reservoir behind the dam, each meter that rises is 2 billion cubic meters of water for each meter. And recently it went from 165 meters up to 175 meters. And that was over 20 billion cubic meters of water. That is just mind blowing, isn't it? Those kind of figures. So, when we were at the dam and we were talking about how much it would need to rise a centimeter, you could probably calculate that out from that figure,
Yeah, right. We were wondering about that when we were there. Crazy. You want to hear another statistic? Xiao, have you ever been to the West Lake in Hangzhou?
I think yes, years ago.
Hangzhou is a very big lake. It's in Hangzhou, which is one of the most populous cities in China, I guess. And it's beautiful, beautiful lake. There are sections that you look across quite a long distance. The volume of water during this flood season is equivalent to 2,000 West Lakes. Is that pretty amazing? 2,000.
It is.
West Lakes worth of water has been dispersed and produced from the Yangtze River, overflowed, flooding downriver. It's pretty,
that's
phenomenal,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, when you think about it. So, what is the situation, Xiao, in Wuhan, and do they have anything to worry about in your understanding?
Well, in my understanding,
downriver.
Downriver side is safe. Is very safe, and even friends there, like Sasha's friend, when she called, and she just like, well, she's totally fine. She does not feel much difference like that. So,
we tried to find people in Wuhan that wanted to kind of jump on the stream and show us everything, and they're like, What are you talking about? It's normal here.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to say. And I mean, that's a good thing. Obviously, it means that the management of the flood is being done in a way that's limiting the impact downstream, which is great. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the amount of water that passed by Chongqing last week was higher than the amount of water that passed by Chongqing in July. And in July had amazing and tragic flooding effects. So the difference this time to last time is quite drastic. And we'll see, fingers crossed, over the next few days as this water continues to slowly be transferred out into the Hangzhou Bay, right? It exits at the Hangzhou Bay and releases out in front of Shanghai. And so we're just sort of waiting for that. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, Shanghai, right? So it's going to exit above the Hangzhou Bay, right?
Yeah,
basically.
it goes into the sea at Shanghai.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you can look here, you can see Chongqing is about in the middle. And one of the reasons why so much flooding happens there is because, let me show you like that picture I showed you earlier of the gorge. You have this sort of land. That's the Yangtze River. I'm not exactly sure where that Yangtze. I'm not sure where that is, but the Yangtze River is like a channel. And it's very sharp and carved in many places, and it fills with water very easily. It's one of the reasons why the Three Gorges Dam was built, because there was this beautiful container that was sitting able to be filled with water. And so you have all of this water that's traveling and collecting as it goes through Yushu and then to Lijiang and then Panjihua and then Iben. And then once it gets to Chongqing, you might have had rainstorms all along that way that would be adding to that water. It passes Chongqing and heads to Ichang. That's where the Three Gorges Dam is. And then it's got the rest of the way, Yueyuan, Wuhan, Lujiang, and Wuhu, and all the way to Shanghai. And a lot of those areas are not looking like this. A lot of those areas are more flat and spread out. So what you end up having is an opportunity for the water to spread out. It's one of the reasons why they put the dam there, because they knew this was one of the last lines of defense that they could put up in order to try to stop that flooding from all the way upriver and kind of control that downriver to make sure that all of those areas of Wuhan weren't inundated. So I think what happened in Wuhan was you had more rain and more stormage that was actually coming down, and you had more water dropping in front of the dam in different places. And so that was combining with the release from the dam, and you had this big tragic thing. Whereas now what you have is you have all the water behind the dam, and the dam is able to kind of manage and manage that water. Again, I did as much research last night as I could. I'm pretty sure on this stuff, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why you're not going to get so much flooding in Wuhan as opposed to in July. Mm-hmm. Did I make sense? That is sound right. Okay.
That's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. So the area, let's talk a little bit about Chongqing, Xiao. Now I have a bunch of images here. There's some, is that coming through your phone? How are you getting these images? Is everybody sharing them?
Yeah, it's like they are sharing on our WeChat friend circle, and also there are news coverage. The news coverage is a lot on this flood thing, like in different aspects, from rescue to the flood itself, and also to the touching stories, different things. Yeah, this I got from the news report, local news. Yeah.
And do you feel all the communities pulling together to help?
Yeah, like yesterday when read some of the news and some of the art, like the photos, it just feels so touching.
Yeah.
Each time when there is like sometimes some disaster or challenge things like happened, the people like from the civil servant, the volunteers, the firefighters, police, and from the government, from the the higher level to command, like this, organize this thing, right? I will be so touching, and I feel like in Chongqing, people, at this time, you can see these pictures, you can from their face, they are really try their best to contribute to prevent it. They are united as one. Even when I watch this, see this one. Yeah, the smile on the firefighter's face. I'm so touching. They are just from their heart, just want to help each other. It's their duty, but it's still from their sensation like that.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There is a real anger at certain propaganda coming out of China. And like, I was thinking that showing some of these pictures would elicit different responses from different people. Some people would say that is a beautiful thing, a community pulling together, saving lives. There should be more of this in the world and everything. And then you're going to get other people that are going to be saying that's the Chinese government trying to spin a horrible disaster in a positive way. And you know what? I would really like you to put yourself in the shoes of your own community, your own neighbors, your own school and business and home, and think about if there was a flood that came through that tore up your city and created a bunch of damage, what would you be encouraged by and what would you like to see? You would like to see people coming together, people helping each other. In this case, you have some military elements that are building dikes. You have rescue workers who are pulling children out of flooded houses. You have people that are cleaning up afterwards, and I think they work for is that a charity, Xiao? That heart on those yellow shirts? I think that's like is that a charity?
I'm not sure about it. They are volunteers. I don't know if they are volunteers. Some of them are from, like relevant departments. Yeah. Some, professionals involved, professionals like rescue involved, but still the people can do what they can, right, with their ability.
Yeah.
Sure.
Basically, what I'm saying is none of this is a bad thing, and to show it and to deliver that information, it makes people in Chongqing feel good. It makes people proud of their community that they can come together, and it should elicit that response because I think that it's important to share those positive stories. So I just want to put that out there because there are a lot of people that would look at those pictures and they would look at it from a negative standpoint. I don't think that you should look at those pictures at any way but a positive standpoint.
Yeah, there's a commenter here making the point that she says, I don't think the government are hiding news. You know nothing about the flooding, but you do not care at all. But we actually do. And she says she watches a lot of flood information updates on CCTV. Now, CCTV, for those of you that don't know, is the kind of one of the biggest channels in China, I think. And she says they've had a lot of news for quite a while about the flooding around China on there. So this sort of delusion that they're trying to hide it and then just put out these, photos to make it look good is just rubbish. They've far as I've seen, they've reported it all the time.
Yeah, it's been nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Like you just said, right? From me, it's like I'm here in Chongqing and I feel this atmosphere, like it's good, it's nice. Well, disaster is harsh. It's like cross damages for sure, right? But from other side, like people affected by this kind of disaster, but still we fight back. How we fight back? You unite together and you help each other. You can just reduce the cost to the utmost try. And later we will rely on more also help from, because after the excites, right? Like it subsides, there's a flood. There are people in the lower ground, their business or families or like residential places got affected. They will rely on the help from society and different departments to support them to recover. And that
rebuild
will
their
happen.
Businesses, yeah.
And I'm quite confident that will happen. Yeah. So it's not bad thing, like why it's good to be disaster is bad. People should be sad, crying every day, and then that way, that is a very correct way to handle. I don't think so. Be positive. I think that's also local people here spirit, like positive.
Yeah. Actually, I think in many parts of the world when there is a disaster, communities, it is something that always pulls communities together to help each other. And I noticed that when I was in the UK, I lived in a village that was quite badly flooded once. And it was amazing how, that once the waters had receded and everybody just joined in, we were all helping each other in different houses to clean up and move things. And it's just such a spirit. I feel that is what's going on now in Chongqing. Everybody's sort of pulling together in the same direction to help each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So how many days until you think Chongqing is normal?
Sorry. Okay. How many days back to?
How many days until Chongqing is normal, till the river road is riding with traffic, until do you have traffic on the river road right now?
I don't think so. No, there's like a very strict traffic control in this flooding area. It already started days ago. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show a clip right now. I've been trying to show it, but I keep forgetting. Here we go. I don't know in the back end if that whole thing played, but sometimes the front end sees the whole thing. I'm going to play it again. Hold on. Let's see if it plays. This kind of thing is happening all over the city, right, Xiao?
Yeah, I think currently, yes. When especially when I think it's already started from yesterday. And when people check, some place, the flood is already reduced a lot and reduced, and then they start clean and the important thing, clean the road.
Yeah, a lot of this kind of moving the water off. It's like it's like you kind of got to take a giant squeegee to the whole city, or to the water banks at least.
It's like non-stop, right? It's kind of this kind of speed, this non-stop. Every before the flood come, prepare. When it come, people just keep away rescue and come. And then when it started to the water started subsides, and then the cleaning work just very fast connect after like that. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I was sometimes sorry, not confusing you like that. Just every step, the measures take is efficient. There's no waiting time. It's we will wait later to clean it or something, but no, efficient. Hopefully because of these efforts, the city can get back to normal quite very positive time, I think. Comfortable time.
I find that Chinese pull together in times like this in a way that few communities do. Really, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit one over another. I just know that in the time I've been in China, I've seen them pull together in amazing ways. Even in my hometown of Ningbo, we have typhoons. After the typhoon, I mean, water up to your waist or shoulder, and then it seems like a week later, everybody works together and then it's all back to the way it was, and everybody's doing what they need to do to feed their families at that point on. But it's quite incredible. Yeah.
Can I just to pick you up on that, Matt? Because I find that's the case in the UK as well. And you're from the US. Do you feel that's different in the US to it is in China? Because I feel it's kind of similar in the UK. Communities really do pull together at times of need.
Unfortunately, America has had a couple of faux pas with regards to big problems, like the pandemic, and Katrina way back in the day was a flooding in New Orleans, and there was a lot of chaos there. But if you get down to more of the local level, like the local governments and the communities, I think you find the same thing. The communities pull together. Everybody's, doing what they have to do in order to save their fellow man. And it's sad. I saw a comment in here earlier, and it's sad that tragedies need to bring humans together in positive ways. But in often cases, that does happen.
I think one of the kind of advantages China does have, and we saw this with the COVID outbreak in Wuhan, is that because it's such a big country, they have a lot of resource. So, for example, if you take the UK and there's an outbreak of a big outbreak of COVID in London, for example, we don't have such a large amount of resource in the rest of the country to be able to send to London. Whereas if you look when there's something happens in China, they have because it spans such a large area as well. So a disaster in one area, there's going to be no problem in another. So they have massive resource that they can send to the problem. And we saw that with the COVID thing. They dispatched 30 or 40 teams from all around China to Wuhan to really help and get on top of the problem. And I think that's something that sort of smaller countries can't do.
Xiao, do you have any other news from the front in there in Chongqing that you'd like to share? Anything that you've learned?
Moment, let's check whether Sasha sent me some updates now.
I want to talk a little bit. You go ahead, gather some information. If you're ready, you just let me know. But I kind of wanted to discuss something here. I was talking with Lee about it before the show. The building of these dams, the historical need for flood control has been something for thousands of years in China. China has actually needs quite a lot more flood control. I read in a report that America has something like a higher percentage of water control is done in America than based on the amount of water flowing through the country than China. Just China has so many rivers, so much floodplains, and so much of this. And the historical record, even I'm just going to give you a few descriptions here. Xiao, do you know about the past with regards to the flooding in China? Do you remember anybody talking to you about the 1931 floods?
No, sorry,
Okay.
it's because of this. No, sorry.
No,
I
it's
was
okay. Okay.
This one, the current one is the one I will talk when I'm getting older.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. When you get older, you're going to share it with everybody about the 2020 flood across Chongqing and how horrible or how interesting or how we all banded together. You'll share those stories.
Sometimes in an interesting way because the moment you just now asked me the point I want to make actually is
yes. Go ahead.
I feel everything as a citizen here. I feel everything is prepared and organized. There is no panic because people already, beforehand, no matter it's government or people itself, they prepared in a very efficient way. They know when it will come. They know when it come, what they should do, like rescue, and they know when it go away and how they're gonna deal with the afterwards situation. Everything they know. It's very organized. Yeah.
That's very good, Xiao. Very good. Hey, we got Sasha.
We got Sasha.
Yeah.
Hey, Sasha.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sasha.
Where are you?
Hi, Sasha.
I just arrived at Chico. See, there is no car on the road because the road is still blocked. And I just saw I don't know, those. I think there used to be some cleaners and policemen here to clean it up, and those trucks and the trucks there are helping to clean up the road. So the road have been cleaned up right now.
So this road was flooded
did that
before.
road have water on it? Oh, sorry, sorry, Alex.
That's okay.
Yes.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
This is inside the ancient town. Yeah.
Yeah, you would never know. It's almost as if nothing's ever happened there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
How close are you to the water's edge? Can you show us?
I need to walk about 10 minutes and arrive the waterfront of Chico. And seems like those shops outside the on the both streets of Chico are open right now, but some shops owners said that there's still no electricity and water of the Chico waterfront. So those shops there downstream or just close to the gate are not open as normal. So
Okay. Oh, we lost you.
Yeah, I think she'll be back soon.
She'll be back
okay.
in a minute.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sasha. You were interrupted. Were you finished with your thought?
Sorry, Matt, you asked me. Shao here.
Were you finished with your thought?
No, Matt,
Sorry.
she's saying she's Xiao, not Sasha.
Oh, sorry.
No
Xiao,
problem.
sorry, Xiao.
Yeah. That's my. I think I just finished my point when Sasha just appeared. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Everything
okay.
was nice.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. We'll leave. I'm going to pull her off here, and then if she wants to come back, she will. I wanted to talk a little bit about the flooding. If you give me a few seconds, you could just let me kind of take control here. The 1931 floods here, to give you an idea. It was on the Yangtze Huai River, and a series of floods on August of 1931 hit all the major cities, Wuhan, Nanjing, everywhere, and even breached a dike on Lake Gaoyou. And they say that between 422,000 and 4 million people died in that flood in 1931. So this is just one of many floods. I actually have a few here for you. There was the 1935 flood that struck China. And then after the flood, there was a decade of flooding and famine and social turmoil. And it was the 5th deadliest flood in recorded history. And it had like 145,000 people died and displaced millions of people. The property damage during that flood was 333 million in 1935. Today, that would be like 6.2 billion dollars.
Crikey.
And that was the same area as what we're talking about right now. This is all in the same area. There was a flood in 1954 that killed 33,169 people. And I don't have much footage from that, but here you can see there's. Oh, is that Japanese? That's Chinese, right? I hope I didn't pull a Japanese flood picture, but I'm pretty sure. In 1998, though, you had a massive flood, and it went from the middle of June to the beginning of September, and it flooded the Yangtze as well as the Nen River, the Songhua River, and the Pearl River. And it killed like 3,700 to 4,100 people and affected 2.3 million people. Okay, so it's these floods in China are not anything new. And just to give you an idea of what can be done to help, and maybe what these dams do to help, the 1954 flood that killed 33,000 people and relocated 18 million people and stopped train service in Wuhan for 100 days was caused by like 74,000 cubic meters of water. And the 2010 season, this is after the dam was made, the 2010 South China flood season, the dams there contained 70,000 cubic meters of floodwaters. So just to give you some perspective here, the amount of flood that killed 33,000 people and displaced 18 million would have been largely contained by the floods or by the dams that were built post that date. You know what I mean? So in just to give you an idea of what the damage could have been, and what the water that flowed past Shao in Chongqing the other day, if it was running uninterrupted past zero dams and you had no levees or dams, imagine the amount of carnage that would be caused from that amount of water. It really is a testament to obviously there's positives and negatives to dams, but ecological impact, sediment not transporting, and landslides and things like this, but and relocating the people, because relocating 1.3 million people to put the dam in was an amazing decision, and it was fraught with both sides. But today the dam is there, and I think today the dam is doing a pretty damn good job. Pardon the pun, ha ha ha. For that water. But anyways, I just thought I'd share that with you because I think I looked all that stuff up, and that was very, very interesting. Yeah, I got somebody. They must have said that was Japanese. Sorry about that. That picture was the other ones are were real China floods, but. Anyways, I pulled them up earlier. Did you know any of that, Xiao? Did I give you any information you didn't know?
I think I don't know much about that topic.
Okay. No worries. Are we gonna wait for Sasha? Where's Sasha?
Sasha is in Sachiko. She is in Sachiko. I think she tried to connect back to join because he went there just want to show us like how the situation there, because the water level was really high at that point.
Yeah.
And then now it's already, since yesterday, it's already began to, because even I saw the comments, some people said that yesterday is still underwater, and now you can, Sasha will show you the situation now.
Okay, Sasha, can you hear us?
Hi. Yes, I can. I cannot enter Tsuchiko because it's also blocked for the scenic area. And you can see here are many staffs here. I think some of them are volunteers, and some, the guys who wear the red vest are volunteers. Yeah.
Okay.
你好，你好，你好，请问一下，您是这边的志愿者吗？
来青鱼的啊，
对，我就是想问一下，您是不是来青鱼的志愿者？
对。
哦，但是你是就是从哪边过来帮忙的？
公司安排的吧？
就是东风小康公司。
小康车。
对，然后你们有安排一些车子过来，就是来帮忙吗？还是说？
车子也停在这儿吧，然后人停在里面在清淤吧。
怎么清呢？大概是？
就是有些垃圾嘛，把一些团在一起，然后该冲一下，把那个淤泥要冲一下，还有一些很多杂物嘛。
然后现在的话，这边还是不能进去，对不对？就是。
所以你要进去干嘛？
就是我们想进去，我们现在是在连线报道。好，谢谢。Okay, I just asked an volunteer here. He is from a vehicle company, and most of them are like organized by their company and some NGO, I guess. I'm not sure what those organizations are, and I just asked if I can get in because they said they are cleaning.
Can I ask you how?
Yeah.
How high was the water there? Is there any like, look at the wall? Can you show us?
No. I think the ancient town was like flooded in this area, and all the grounds I'm standing at was flooded yesterday. So I can show you here. You can see the floor.
Yeah.
It's still like everyone is helping out, and there are some garbage.
Yeah, we went there when we were in Chongqing. We walked around that sort of ancient sort of tourist area.
Yes, they are still doing those cleanup here. So those are the garbage by the floods, I guess. And many volunteers here. They are here to help. Yeah.
That's great. That's really good.
Yeah. And all the floors were like flooded yesterday, and they are still doing the cleanup inside the Tsuchiko. So visitors are not allowed to get in. But I'm not sure if I can do some like media pass or something. I will go ask them.
Maybe they can let you in because you're from the media.
Yeah. Maybe just walk in.
Yeah. Okay, I will ask him.
Yeah, this is actually a place which is quite susceptible to flooding, even when they get heavy rain. When we were there, it was raining quite heavily, and there was some small amount of flooding.
One second. 你好，我想就是我这边是媒体，可以进去。
哪个媒体？
重庆报业集团的。
报业集团是吧？
对。
记者证拿出来。
我今天没有拿记者证，我现在只有在这有名片。对。
我是传播部。我还是哪
个？This might be cool.
Yeah. They're doing some checks now to see if they can let her in. They're obviously trying to confirm who she is.
Yeah.
新媒体吧？是不是哪个5小时不能？
对。Okay. He mentioned Xiao.
Yeah, we did the travel guide episode before. Like, it's a tourist.
谢谢。Okay, I get it.
Show her this.
So they're letting her in. So,
because
cool.
yeah. he said he knows Xiao.
Okay.
Yeah, Xiao is famous now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
she
famous,
did
Xiao.
some travel guides
Congratulations.
before. Yeah.
Okay. Look at all
Uh,
of these storefronts. I wonder if water got into those places, huh?
I think so. I think the electricity and water has been cut for a moment. So those shops are like doing the, I don't know, they still don't have any electricity inside the shop.
Mm.
Yeah, you can see that.
That place was
Yeah,
what, dried fish? They don't need electricity, I think, dried fish. That'd be a good business. Just
yeah. So you can see the shop was
okay.
damaged.
Little,
Those garbages are all
yeah.
here.
Not as bad as
Yeah.
I would have guessed though, Ailey.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
No, it seems pretty.
what amazes me is how quick, that was all underwater yesterday, and it's just receded. Look how quick they're getting things up and sorted. That's pretty great. That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to, you know what? Let me see if I can pull up a map of Sujiko, and then I can share the map with you guys. So let's hold on a second.
I think this shop was damaged a lot by the water.
Yeah.
So there are checks. Okay, they're doing the cleanup themselves.
Yeah.
Shop owners. Yeah. This is Bangbang. This is the Bangbang here. Seem to be everyone help out, and yeah, I just saw him so tired here. 哎，你好，请问你是过来帮忙收拾的吗？还是？
对的。
这儿已经干了好久。
这个你看看这个。
See. Oh, okay. He is a Bangbang. Do you know Bangbang in Chongqing? I think he's here like volunteer, so, and all day long. All of them are Bangbang. Yeah.
All of them are what?
Bangbang. It's like a porter in Chongqing. A special job. Yeah.
Well, it's a good opportunity to work for them, eh? Do some good and just help transporting people's stuff back and forth.
Yes.
You know. How far? How do you spell? I'm trying to find it on the map here. Could somebody help me out? Li, Xiao,
Sujiko, right?
Sujiko.
I will send you.
Sujiko. It's pretty close to downtown, I think.
No, Jiko. Shinjiko?
Sujiko.
XI? Shijiko?
Yeah, something like Sujiko.
Sujiko.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sujiko.
I think Sasha is close to the dock
waterfront.
Okay,
Somebody's asking what the temperature's like there at the moment.
Yeah.
35. Super hot today.
Oh, it's still 35 degrees. Crikey.
What is the feeling from people there? It's they are pretty. It seems like they're pretty upbeat.
I think they're just sweating.
They're just getting to
Everyone's
work.
sweating. Yes.
Yeah.
And most of them are volunteers here. Like with flags there, you can see.
Okay. So this is Sujiko, and we'll pull out and we'll move it over.
Okay, I just came to the shop, the Mahua shop, the famous snack in Chongqing, and primarily visited here yesterday and bought some mahua, and it had become the most popular gift, I think. This shop.
Yeah, the premier came to visit Chongqing yesterday. For those of you that don't know, it's a pretty big deal, huh? It was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and the video shows that he bought some mahua, the Chongqing local snack, and this shop's become very popular now.
Wow!
But it used to be popular, always popular. I think this is an electricity machine.
Generator.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, the guy who has a generator has to be the most popular guy in the neighborhood right now. I know when my house goes out of electricity in USA, my dad had a generator, and he was suddenly everybody's very best friend for that entire process. Well, that looks interesting.
Matt,
very muddy here.
I just sent a photo to you that it's days ago when the flood in Sichuko, like how high it is. You can check the page.
Okay. I'm gonna add that right now.
Oh. So it's getting wet, and muddy.
So Sujiko just recently was this.
I think this owner just like drying her products here. So you can see. Okay, I'm getting close to the. All right, I'm not sure if I can get closer to the gate. I should wear a raincoat.
Yeah, you should wear a raincoat. That was a great sign off. That was very interesting. That last note. I should have brought a raincoat. Boom, the closing. Well, that was interesting, eh? I was hoping that we could get some views from the ground, but yeah. Xiao, you're sharing some more pictures?
Yeah, just like what it looked like days ago when the flood was there in Sichuko. Now it's already dry. You see the ground and
yeah.
Sasha,
this is the picture.
This is like a main road outside the Sichuko where Sasha just come across.
Okay. So good context there. Interesting. Well, what do you think, Lee? Are you you got to do a thing, right?
I have, yeah. I need to be going shortly. I've got to go and pick someone up from somewhere, so I can't stay too much longer.
Okay, I have some things to do as well, but I'm really happy that we could take some time here, Xiao, and I'm thankful that Sasha could jump on and give us a little bit of view from the ground. I'm sure that that's repeated over and over and over and over alongside the river. Sasha's coming back online. Let's see if she has a little something else to share. Just here at the last.
Yeah, that's the port.
This is the water from, guys. Yeah. They are doing cleaning, and you can see this shop is all flooded.
Yeah, that shop was underwater. You can tell from the rafters. Yeah.
Hello.
I was so focusing. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. And everyone's cleaning up.
Well,
I cannot go any further. I don't have the rainbow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Oh yeah, wow, if you look down there, that's good. You can see the stairs coming down and then down and down. That, man, I think it's really hard to think about how much water was there just a day ago. Really incredible. Let's hope that everybody can recover well and get back to business and start living their lives normally. You know, that's looks good.
I think so. Yeah, they are the staff for the shop, I guess.
Yeah.
And some of them are volunteers. Some of them are the cleaners. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's working.
There's still a lot of businesses here that I see the windows are closed. I think a lot of people still haven't come back to start cleaning up their shop yet.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
For those shops there, you can see there is a flooded rooftop of those shops.
Hmm. Wow. That's a lot of mud.
Mhm. And this is
Holy moly! Does that guy in the green have a big? Look at that mustache on the guy in the green. That was a fantastic mustache. Tell that guy congratulations. He turned around. The guy by the railing had a fantastic mustache. Yeah, him. He has a great mustache. That is a really, really nice mustache. Chinese guys can't grow as good a mustache as American guys. So when I see a nice mustache, I'm always like, Jayo, Jayo.
okay.
Anyways.
You want him to say hi to you guys? I
Okay.
can ask him.
Okay. Just say tell him say hi.
你好，請問你是那個邊呢？那個
Holy moly.
That is a big
哪一家喲？
brush.
That is a beautiful, beautiful
喺度跑出嚟
mustache.
啊？
That is a big
哦
brush.
，OK，你是哪裡啊？Okay, he's the owner of the restaurant down the floor and offloaded his restaurant. So he is expecting, I don't know, cleaning up or expecting
Yeah,
the floor get tossed.
He's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're getting on with it, you know, they're getting stuck in, getting stuff cleared up, which is great.
All right, Sasha. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Is that okay, Lee? Is everybody
Yeah.
okay with that?
That's good, yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay.
Thank you. And head back to the press conference today later.
I have a drone picture of the Sujiko flood I can share before we go, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
Do that.
Okay, I will
All right.
focusing on walking now. And I will
Focus
just
on
leave
walking.
for a second. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sasha.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take
Bye,
care.
Sasha. See you.
Bye-bye, Sasha.
See you.
Great. That's great.
Wow, that was great. This
Yeah.
to give you an idea, this is Sujiko, right? Was Sujiko right here. So she was walking down that winding road, I'm guessing, where all the shops are.
Yeah.
And then towards the end there is where I think she was. I'm guessing, right? Right, Xiao? There's that
Yeah, you
windy
see
road
the-
that comes through the
there-
center.
You see, there is like a muddy place, like construction thing there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The red.
I
red.
think that's just like where it is. Like these old
Okay.
buildings. Old buildings is like the road she's working through. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's plenty like much what happened in these different sites that people in Chongqing are doing. It's just like one mirror there. Yeah, that's different places also do similar things.
All right. Let me look through the questions, see if there's anybody else that has any sort of questions. Yeah. Now that's a person who suffered some property loss. I hope he's okay. Yeah. No Chinese can grow a mustache. Well, he did. He did. Let's see here. I think that's it. I think we can wrap it up. That was a really, really nice.
Yeah.
This has been a really, really nice stream. So thank you, Xiao, for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, thanks for have us, me and Sasha here and share their situation here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And
Barrett, you want to sign off?
as always, take care.
Hey guys, thanks for watching from Barrett's channel, from Alex Absolute's channel, from iChongqing's Facebook and YouTube channel, from my Facebook and my YouTube channel. Everybody, Jayo, and to everybody that is cleaning up after the floods in Chongqing, wishing you the best, and everybody downstream, wishing you the best of luck as well. It seems like some potential flooding has been negated, and we'll. I don't know if we'll keep doing this sort of a live stream for the flooding, but I'll try and keep you informed in my regular videos. I have a bunch of videos coming up of my time in Chongqing, hanging out with the people from iChongqing. Lee, you also do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got probably another 20 videos to come. Next one will be our video of the Three Gorges Peak, and that will possibly be Monday. So look out for that, because that's a good one. We have some super cool drone footage in there as well, so it's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Xiao, do you have any videos coming up on your channels or anything you want to promote?
Yeah, now we are like the Smart China Expo is around corner, so we have a lot of videos that dedicated to the smart technologies that got manufactured in this city. So some interesting technologies like videos, and you can check out to say on this way of intelligence how Chongqing go. Yeah.
There's a lot of 5G stuff coming, right? Yeah, in those videos.
Yes. Yes, because many technologies need to be supported by the 5G, like this network, right? So that's in our topic, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alex from Reportify, do you want to say anything? I see you hiding in the back end there. If you want to say anything, you can. Alex,
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, people wonder why I'm in and out of here. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done behind the scenes here. So I try to do my best to make sure things are flowing, and Matt and Lee and Xiao and of course Sasha do amazing things. Like I said, guys, thank you for streaming this to everyone to give them a very, very good idea of what is actually going on in a major city there in China. And well done to everyone, and let's hope for a very safe weekend. And that's me. Thanks again, guys.
All right, Alex. I have one more thing I wanted to say. I have a video coming out, guys. Really proud of it. I'm walking with my friend Jim through a small Chinese village in Ningbo that's about to be demolished to make way for a highway. And so my friend Jim captured all of these images of this beautiful Chinese village, and really interesting little stories from normal people who are living normal lives in a little Chinese village. A lot of situations you wouldn't quite think about. And so I'm really excited to share that with you. And so we're going to do that. So again, thank you so much. Have a good one. Barrett or Lee, go ahead, do your things. Xiao, thank you so much. And we'll see you later.
As always,
yeah, sure.
Take care.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.